Hey everybody, welcome to Eringy. I'm Erin, and this is your Trust Your Intuition yoga practice. And naturally, you are going to be really bringing awareness, like deep awareness, to your body as you move through the practice today, specifically the back area, because that is a spot where you can't see it, but you can feel it, you can sense it. Intuition is very much like that. So you're going to have that opportunity to really listen to the body, because it's the body that is intuitive. Okay, so you may need a block or two to help with one of the balancing poses, or even just as a supportive prop for you as well for different asanas that we'll be doing today. Roll out your beautiful mat, get yourself comfortable, and we'll get started. Alrighty, so get yourself in easy pose, cross-legged, or really in any kind of seated position that you like. Just really listen to the body. And you're going to hear me say that a fair bit today during our practice, because that's what intuition is. It's about bringing awareness to the sensations that we have within the body. Okay, so once you have arrived here, I invite you just to close your eyes and just take a few breaths in through the nose and then out through the mouth, and letting it all go. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Just keep a nice, steady, natural rhythm. Your breath is sort of like the anchor to help you come back to the body. And so naturally, we'll be using the breath throughout our practice today as well. So as you maintain this pose and just breathing nice and deeply, even out the inhales and exhales, I'd like you just to consider, what does it mean to be intuitive? What does that feel like to you, or look like, or sound like? And why is intuition important to you personally? And I invite you now just to really, truly focus on your body. Really try to gain a lot of awareness in how your body is feeling right now. Maybe you might like to focus on how your sit bones are sitting on the floor, or maybe how your legs are crossed or not. Maybe bring awareness to the sensation of your back, or your belly, your chest and shoulders. How does it all feel? Maybe you're aware of your neck, the muscles of your face, the back of your head, maybe even the crown of the head. How does it feel? So we're going to be getting into the back during this practice today. And I'm going to be inviting you throughout our practice to really truly feel into the back region and just how your body feels in general. Take a full breath in and breathe it out. Awesome. Blink your eyes open, and we're going to come into a cow face pose with our arms. Now to do that, I'm just going to turn around. But before I do, you might actually need, if you're feeling a little tight in the shoulders and they just don't seem to sort of roll back really well, or if it's just a little bit sensitive for you, I invite you just to grab like a blanket, something you could roll up, even a tea towel, or just a standard towel that you can just take hold of the ends, okay, and take hold of it behind you, or even a strap as well. Okay, so we've got lots of different options, which is really nice, but I'm just going to turn around so I can demonstrate it to you. So in your cow face, as you're sitting there, what you're going to do is maintain that really beautiful extension through the spine. So keep grounding those sit bones down into the floor beneath you. With your arms, just take a nice inhale and sweep the arms out and up. And then your right arm is going to come back down and bend at the elbow and bring the hand up onto the midline of the spine if you can. And then your left hand is going to bend down, or elbow rather. Your left arm is going to bend and your hand is going to see if it can touch the other hand of the right. So totally fine if you can't quite reach it. And you're not going to be forcing this, so you don't want to change the posture, the beautiful posture that you already have. Okay, so really it's listening to the body. Okay, so listen to the body, see how you go. And just see if you can just maintain that stability through the sit bones, elongate the spine and breathe. Feeling a stretch wherever you feel it, mostly in the arms, in the back. You might even feel it in your core as well. It's a bit of core work here. Great, take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, we're going to do the reverse. So left arm comes up, unwrap the right arm and bring it up. And we're going to do it on the other side now. Left arm down, bend at the elbow, bring the hand up. Right arm is bent. And then see if you can touch. And of course, you might find, like me, that one side is a little easier, a bit more open than the other side. We're not going to judge. That's not what we're here for. We are not judging. This is feedback. And really today's practice is about that, bringing awareness to what the body is telling us. Beautiful. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, you can unravel, bringing the left arm up and the right arm up. And then exhale, hands down to the sides. Awesome. So I hope you found that pretty good. So in this position, we're going to move into your tabletop. So come onto your hands and knees, finding a grounding stability through the hands. Keep the fingers nice and wide, kind of like your spider fingers. Shoulders are stacked above the wrists, hips are stacked above the knees, and you're just going to press the ground away from you. And then from here, we're just going to do a few cat-cows. So drop the belly, open the chest, and look forwards. And then exhale, curve through the spine and bring the chin to chest. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. I invite you to do this in your own time, listening to the body. If it wants to increase the pace, then by all means go for it. Let's do one more round of breath. Come back to neutral. Excellent. So take your hands, one handprint forwards. Tuck the back toes. We're going to lift the hips into your downward facing dog, the first one of this practice. So taking your time, and when you've arrived here, you might like to pedal out the feet. And just again, we're going to be listening. So currently my body is telling me that my calf muscles are quite tight, my hamstrings are a bit tight, even my shoulders. So I'm just going to do some gentle mindful movements to accommodate for that. And so that means that you can pedal out your feet. You can sort of move your hips from side to side, so your feet also move in that direction as well.
If your neck's feeling a bit tight, you can always nod. We'll move the neck as a no. Awesome. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward. And then exhale, take your right foot up to the inside of your right hand. Going to come into a low lunge, drop the back knee, plant the top of the back foot down, find your foot. So you might need to heel toe your front foot forward just a little bit so that your knee is in line with the ankle. And when you've found that beautiful sweet spot, take an inhale and bring your hands onto your thigh. So from here, we're just going to bend nice and gently the hips forwards and then bring it back. So we're just going to find that nice sort of kind of like a sweet spot within the hips. And we are listening to the body. We're listening to the hip creases. We're listening to the psoas muscle, which is this muscle that runs all the way from the groin up to the bottom of our ribs. We're listening to that. It's a very typical muscle that gets quite tight at times. So we're just going to move with the breath, grounding down through the front foot and the back. Keeping that spine nice and straight, shoulders down from the ears. Listening to the body. If your knee's a bit sensitive for the left, maybe you might like to grab a folded blanket and just pop that under the knee as well for extra support too. So even though we're taking our time here, really, it's about you tuning into the body. So I'm not going to talk a great deal because otherwise that takes you away from what you are sensing and hearing within yourself. So my cueing is going to be a little less today. Beautiful. On your next inhale, you're going to release your hands down and bring them up. Find a nice gentle back bend. Look up. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, bring the hands down. Untuck your back toe and lift up back into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, look forwards. And exhale, take your left foot up this time to the inside of your left hand. Same thing, we're going to come into our low lunge, but just heel toe your front foot if you need to so that your knee's in line with your ankle. And when you have found that, drop the back knee. Come into your low lunge. Inhale, bringing your hands onto the top of the thighs. And then the same thing as before, okay? So moving the hips forward and backwards, nice and gentle. And you might find that each time you move forward, you could invite a bit more space to open up in the hip area. You might need to remind your body that it's okay, like when something's very tight, sometimes the body just needs a bit of encouragement, some beautiful words to say, it's okay. We can let that bit go. We can go a little deeper. And you might be wondering, well, how does this relate to intuition? The simple fact is your body is what's intuitive. Your body is the thing that's intuitive. So if you get into the habit rather of listening, like truly, truly listening to what the body is saying, then that really is boosting the power of your intuition at the same time, because you're used to having that awareness.
Okay, I'm going to stay here for a few more breaths. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale, release the hands, bring them all the way up to the sky. Find that gentle back bend. You might want to look up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. Release the hands down. Tuck the back toes. Lift the hips. Come into your downward facing dog once again. Each time you do the down dog, you might actually feel that things are a little bit more open. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. And exhale, take your right foot up inside the right hand. Lift up big. Inhale takes you up with the arms up. And then we're going to cactus our arms out. So we're opening up the chest here, beaming that forward, our throat forward, inviting some universal energy into the body. Feeling the shoulder blades sort of bringing them toward one another. Look up towards the sky. Take a full breath in and breathe it out. Inhale, arms back up. And then exhale, we're going to bring our chest down toward our front thigh. And then from here, we're going to do a really beautiful float. So I'd like you to imagine that you've got some energy around you that's sort of inhibiting you or getting in the way of you being intuitive. So take that energy with your hands. You're going to wrap your hands around that energy, bring your chest up, and then basically send your arms behind you like an aeroplane. So we inhale, we're taking that energy. And then exhale, we're going to open up through the chest, arms back. Inhale, take that energy with you. And then exhale, open through the chest. Let's do that a few more times with the breath. Inhale. Breathe it out. Take the energy. And breathe out. And you might want to exaggerate the movement even more. So this is you listening to your body. And you can increase the speed if you want to. Totally up to you. Last one, inhale. Let it go. Take an inhale, arms up. And then exhale, come down back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. So, so good. Pedal out your feet if you need to, or just keep it nice and still. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, step the left foot up to the top of the mat. Heel toe your foot if you need to. Come into your high lunge. Front knee over front ankle. Big inhale takes you all the way up, arms up. And then exhale, cactus the arms. Keep looking up or forwards, whatever's comfortable. Bring the shoulder blades toward each other as much as they can. Really open up through the chest. Beam the throat chakra forwards. Take an inhale here. Breathe it all the way out. Inhale, arms back up. And exhale, chest to front thigh. Take that energy again. It's that flow that we did before. Inhale, take the energy. And exhale, open the chest, let it go. Inhale, sweep the energy forward like you're collecting it. And then exhale, let it go. All that energy you don't want, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Cleanse the body, clear the energy. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, arms straight up. And exhale, come down to downward facing dog. Whew, good one.
Just hang out here for a moment. Catch your breath. On your next inhale, bend the knees, look forward. And exhale, step up with the right to the top of the mat. Going to come into warrior one. So you might need to heel toe again, the front leg, so that knee, I know I keep saying it, I just want to be sure, knee is stacked above the ankle. Now your back foot is going to come on down, so basically pivot at a 45-degree angle. If you feel like you've got like too much of a gap in between the legs, you can sort of bring the back leg up a bit. I have to do that sometimes. And when you found that the back foot is sitting quite flat on the floor beneath, take an inhale, sweep the arms up. See if you can square the hips. So rather than kind of facing this way, we're going to be squaring our hips so that they are square to the front of the mat. Really ground down through the back foot. Sink the front hip, the right hip down into the right hip crease. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart space. Wonderful. So in this position, you're going to move from this to warrior three. I find it's much easier if you can lift off with your back foot. So come up onto the ball of the back foot and then twist it forwards. So now we're into a high lunge. And then this is going to require you to just trust your body. Okay, trust your intuition. You're going to lean a little forward onto the front leg and you're just going to lift up with care. Chest comes down parallel to the floor. Back leg lifts up, straighten the front leg. Back foot points down, and toes point down rather. Find some balance here. The uncertainty of whether you can stay in this position or it might feel wobbly. You might even need to reset, but that's okay. And intuition is very similar to that. Intuition is a little trial and error sometimes. We're not always going to get it right. We interpret it differently. Sometimes the messages that come through or sensations, we have trouble understanding. So just be comfortable in this position. You can do this. Take a breath. Breathe in and then exhale, bend the front leg and then come back down into your high lunge. Nice and carefully. Inhale, arms up. Exhale back down to your downward facing dog. Take a breath here and a breath out. Breathe in, knees bent, look forwards. Exhale, left leg up this time to the top of the mat. Come into your warrior one. So the same thing. Pivot that back foot 45 degrees if you can. When you've arrived here and you're comfortable with the stability or the groundedness through the feet, take a breath in, lift the arms all the way up. Hips squared, arms strong, body strong. Take a breath here. And then exhale, hands together in front of the palms. So from here, we're going to go to warrior three. You know what to do. Now, turn that back foot forwards. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Take a breath here. And then as you breathe out, you're going to lean forward onto the left leg. Lift up, straighten the left leg. Bring the right leg behind you. Toes of that foot points down. Find that balance. Listen to the body. Your body is constantly adjusting, these micro adjustments it's making. You might not even be aware of it, but intuition is very much like that also. Constantly picking up signals, feedback, bringing you wisdom, and then you decide what you want to do with it. You can listen to it or you can ignore it. It is completely your choice.
Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend the front leg. Come back down with care into your high lunge. Straighten up through that spine. You've still got that beautiful little mini back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down to downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Collect your breath. Sink down into the heels. Really lift those hips up. Press through all four corners of your hands. Big breath in. And then exhale, drop the knees down. Walk the knees forwards. Cross the ankles. Come on down to your sit bones. We're going to take happy baby pose now as we wind that energy down. So come down onto the back. Feeling good. Okay, so keeping those knees hip distance apart, begin to bring the thighs up towards you. We're going to bend at the knees. Take hold of the outer edge of our feet and really draw the knees down, if you can, down to your armpits. Take some breaths. Winding it down. Relax the neck, relax the jaw. If you want to sway the legs from side to side, you're welcome to do that. Just listen. Listen, what's your body asking right now? Beautiful. With care, just release the legs down. And then we're going to bring them back up again, coming into a wind release pose. So give them a nice squeeze, the legs, a beautiful squeeze towards the chest. And then you might like to sway side to side, massage the lower back. The back has certainly had a lot of focus. We focused a lot on our back today. It's really nice to just give it a gentle massage. Keep that breath nice and steady. And then before we move into Shavasana, if you are feeling or sensing, you're aware that your body is asking to take any other poses, please do that now. This is your practice, so just listen to what the body is asking for. Okay, we're just going to finish up those last movements. And then when you are ready, come into Shavasana. Straighten the legs. Hands can come on to the sides of the body, or you might like to bring them onto your belly. And when you have arrived here, I invite you to close your eyes and just take some really beautiful, deep, nourishing inhales. and exhales. Your intuition is your superpower. It's your inner wisdom, your inner knowing that has that ability to communicate with you in ways that mean that the ego isn't involved. It's free of fear and doubt. It never comes with anything that makes you feel terrible. It's always from a place of love. And the thing with intuition is subtle, and sometimes it's quite quiet. And so doing practices like today, where you are fully present and fully aware of your body, able to move your back in ways that mean that it's not something that you can see, but it's something you can feel, you can sense movement there. It's just another way to remind you that your intuition is always there. Always there. Anytime you need it. And the main key is just to be really still and listen and tap into how your body is feeling or the various sensations that you're receiving through your body. So I invite you to use this time in Shavasana to not only integrate all of the wonderful things that you have felt and sensed during today's practice, but also just really feel deeply into the body. And maybe send some love and gratitude to that gorgeous vessel of yours for helping you to pick up those signals, helping you to connect to your inner wisdom, and helping you to reach your fullest potential. You can stay in this position for as long as you want, for as long as time allows. I'm sending you a whole lot of love. Namaste.